Setting up your own custom DTF gang sheet at JoesDTF.com couldn't be any easier, and I'm going to walk you through the entire process and show you exactly how you can get started. So what we're going to do is at JoesDTF.com, we're going to head into Build a Gang Sheet. At Build a Gang Sheet, we're going to create a gang sheet. Okay, you're going to have a box that says Automated Sheet Generation. This is where you're uploading the ready-to-print files that you have, and or adding files that we have on the site in the artwork albums. But for this case, I'm going to show you uploading your own artwork. The spacing between images is going to be pre-checked. We have that set to 0.5 inches. This is to save you from wasting too much space. Now you can adjust that. This is basically the space in between each transfer you're going to have on the gang sheet. So we're keeping it pretty tight so you don't waste too much material. But if you want to up that so you have more space to cut in between the transfers when you get your gang sheet, you can adjust it however you'd like. We're going to keep it at 0.5. Now, you're going to simply click the upload image, and as you can see below it, you can upload files that are PNG, PDF, SVG, AI, EPS, and JPEG files. So you want to watch for the size. Again, this is for ready to print files, so make sure that your file is sized. If you want, you can make the adjustments. I'll show you. Most importantly, you want to make sure that they're at the highest quality possible and you have everything that you don't want printed out of the file. And what I mean by that is a solid background. If you have an image that or a piece of artwork that is got a solid background on the back, but you just wanted the image, you got to make sure you remove that background first. Make sure it's on a transparent background because everything in the file that you upload is going to print. So that is something you want to be cautious of, and you want to make sure that these files are the highest quality you can upload. I'll go over that a little bit more in a second. So we're going to click Upload Image. Here is where you're just going to pick all the files you want printed. So we're going to pick some random files that I have ready to go. All right, I think that's enough. Okay, so you're going to see that all the artwork comes in, the files will be individualized, and you have some information that now you get to adjust before we actually create the gang sheet. So each file is going to show you the sizes, it's going to show you the DPI, and we let you know whether the DPI is good. And 300 DPI is the one we want you to upload. So the highest quality that you can upload. And I'll show you as you make adjustments and where the DPI might adjust as the sizes change. But I won't go into that yet. I'll set this as is. All my sizes look good. Now, here's also where you get to adjust the quantity. So how many of each one of these designs do you want? And you can adjust them individually. So if I want 2 on this first one, 1 is good there. I want 3 on this one. I want 5, let's say, on this one. And I want 2 on this one. And let's say 7 on this one. Okay. So I have all of the I have the sizes ready to go. I have the quantities ready to go. Now I'm going to auto-generate my gang sheet. Now you can click the manual generate gang sheet, but the manual generate gang sheet is going to be what it is. You're going to have to manually place each individual transfer and kind of play the game of Tetris to make sure that it fits along the guidelines of the actual gang sheet. And it's a little more time consuming. The auto generate is actually to utilize the best possible way to get all your transfers on your gang sheet. So click auto generate, and now it's going to set it up for me. That's my gang sheet, and that is the best way to utilize my material right now. Now I can go in from here and make some adjustments. So up at the top, you have some buttons that you can adjust, obviously undo, redo. The bounding boxes, if you click that, it'll put a box around each transfer, and the box is green. Now, if you manually go in and move something around, and if you bring it across, say, the transfer below it, it'll show you that it's overlapping, and then you'll start seeing a red perforated box around, which means they're going to be overlapping, and you don't want that. So I'm going to undo that, but if you think you can do a little bit better job, but you can't, you can go in and try to manipulate this however. Now, once you're in here, you can make adjustments as well. Say I don't want the 7 of the large images that I have here, and I want to go in and remove a couple. I can simply click on one, I can delete it. Say I want to delete 3 of them. I'm going to click on 3, delete them. Now I have that empty space there. I know it looks weird, but all you have to do is go up to the top and click Nest Sheets. And once you click Nest Sheets, it will recalibrate and reframe your entire gang sheet to what you want it to be. And then say I get in here and I'm like, well, maybe I want this design a little bit larger. Now I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to adjust in the object properties, and I'm going to go from 5 inches wide to 7 inches wide. Okay, so this is a case where once I made that adjustment to this artwork, I noticed my DPI went down and it went to 214 and it says bad. Don't freak out. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to print bad. It's just not exactly the DPI that is recommended. What you can do is go back. You can take that artwork, readjust it, make sure that the DPI and the quality is as high as you can get. If you're not comfortable with the bad, I understand that that doesn't really bode well with people. Make the adjustment, go back, and when you have the adjusted file, you can go in and simply upload it into the gang sheet. It's going to generate on the side, and then you're going to remove the other ones, the ones obviously you're not going to want in your gang sheet. You don't have to adjust anything. Just delete what you don't want and then start adding what you do want. So say I want 2 of these new sizes. I cleaned up the image. The new file looks great. It's at exactly the size I want. I just added 2 into my gang sheet. I'm going to go up to the top and click Nest Sheets again. And what that's going to do is recalibrate my gang sheet and make sure everything's fitting in there correctly. Everything from here looks fantastic. I could easily just go move forward. But say I wanted to cruise the library, the artwork library on JoesDTF.com, and I see one of those awesome pre-made transfers that all I have to do is go into the library section on the far left of the gang sheet builder, and I can just add the pre-made transfers that I want onto my gang sheet currently. And I'm going to click Add. It comes in, this one in particular comes in at 62 inches. I don't want that. So I'm going to click 12 inches, drop that down. Again, this looks funky. I'm going to click back on auto mode, and I'm going to hit Nest Sheets. Now that adjusted my whole gang sheet at the end of it. This is it. If you want to keep adding some from the library, you can go through all the categories. There's another option to add text. Right here in the gang sheet, if you just wanted to write something special, create some extra text on there to fill into the gap, you can do whatever you want. Take up that whole margin. You have this entire space to work with, and you can always make the adjustments. I don't want any extra text, so I'm going to undo that. I'm going to hit Nest Gang Sheets. Remember, after you make any adjustment in the gang sheet itself, you want to just click Nest Gang Sheet and it'll bring it all back together. I want to show you guys in that margin up at the top where we had the 0.5, just to show you guys the difference. Now, if I wanted to change this to 1 inch, and then I'm going to hit Nest Gang Sheet, or Nest Sheets, you notice if you zoom in, you have a thicker gap in between, or a bigger gap in between each transfer, and so on and so forth. So if I wanted to go up another inch, 2 inch, let's say, and I'm going to hit Nest Sheets, now the gap is even bigger. So that just makes it easier to cut down if that's a problem for you. But I don't know if you guys noticed up at the top, there was a pretty drastic price change because you're using more material. So I would recommend to kind of keep it at the 0.5 and go back. And then if you notice, the price will go back to what it was before. You save a little bit in that. Just something to consider. There's some other extra tools up at the top just so that you guys are aware. In case you're working with some artwork that is all white, let's say it's all white ink, or it's very half-toned and you can't really tell because there's that gridded transparent background on the gang sheet builder, you can go up to the top to the little cog tool by the add cart, and there's the first tab that is transparent background, which is automatically checked on. Now, if you click off of that and you choose a background color, I usually go with either black or white. This will help you actually see the ink in case you have a design that's all white and you want to see what it looks like. You can adjust colors all the way through the entire gamut, and this will help you also see what the color of apparel you're going to be putting it on. That'll help decide that as well. All I would recommend is once you're done with kind of tooling around with that, just click back on the transparent background. You can adjust the ruler, the guidelines, obviously the warnings. I would say keep them all on. It'll help you for sure because you don't want things to overlap. You don't want things to go out of the range of the print. If you manually click on transfer but bring it outside, you'll have some warnings that'll pop up that will say some items are overlapping, some items are exceeding canvas edge. So that is basically that it's going out of the 22 inches you have to work with. In this case, I'm going to keep it all as is. I'm going to just show you guys. I mean, this gang sheet alone is going all the way up to almost 200 inches. So 200 inches by 22 inches. I'm sure some people are like, well, how far does this gang sheet actually go? Well, let's see. So let's say I'm going to just adjust this design. I'm going to add, I don't know, let's say 5 more. Okay. The cutoff for a gang sheet is 300 inches. So you have 22 inches all the way up to 300 inches, and once it gets to that 300-inch threshold on the length, it's going to automatically create a second gang sheet. So it'll do it on its own. You don't have to worry about setting up another page. Just keep adding your artwork or the quantities, whatever it is. It's going to automatically just set up another gang sheet once it goes past 300 inches long. So I don't actually want that, so I'm going to go back and just delete the things I don't want and go back to our original setup. Everything's going to be spaced out. You have 2 gang sheets. I'm going to click Nest Sheets, and it automatically brought back into one gang sheet, original how I had it. There's other extra things you can do in your artwork already once it's on the gang sheet. When you click on it, when you click on a transfer, you have options of cropping out extra space. So going back to what I said about making sure your file, it has a transparent background. This is a fun tool to use to adjust how much of that outside is there. If you don't want to go back and remove too much of the background and keep it solid, but you can crop in tight just to what you want printed mainly. Or if you go over to the left side in the uploaded images, you can also make adjustments to each file right there. So you can resize the file, you can crop the image, you can remove color, you can remove the background, and you can edit the image. You have things that you can use within the gang sheet builder to adjust the artwork. Now, it's not necessarily going to make the quality better. That's up to you to make sure that you have the file ready to go before you upload it. There are things you can manipulate within the gang sheet builder to your file. I love our gang sheet we have here. All I have to do is I'm going to hit Nest Sheets one more time just in case I moved anything. And then from there, all I'm going to do is add to cart. And after I do that, there's a box that shows up confirming that this artwork is good. It's all yours. You're not lying too much. we're going to click I agree with the statement above and proceed. So we prepared the gang sheet, added to the cart, and it's that simple. You have the option from here. You made one gang sheet. If you wanted multiple of that same gang sheet, exactly how you made it, you can start adjusting the quantity right to the right of the price. So if you start clicking 2, 3, so on and so forth, however many you want, you're going to get multiple of that one gang sheet that you made. But if you just want the one, everything looks good, we're going to keep it at 1, and then you're just going to go to the checkout. And the rest is super self-explanatory. I hope that this gave you some confidence to start building your own custom gang sheet. It's that easy. All you have to do is make sure that your files you want printed are all ready to go, and they're the highest quality that you can make them. There's a lot of wonderful tools out there. I'll have some videos showing you how to set up some artwork. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments. I hope this video helped. Thank you guys so much for watching. Can't wait to see what you guys are making. And most of all, keep being a rock star.